Okay, speaking of getting around, this week the city of St. Louis preparing to reveal the first draft of its transportation and mobility plan after like a year of community input. So I'm curious about this. Diamond Palmer joins us live from Forest Park. And what are they saying? I want to know, Diamond.
Well, Paul, we know that residents in St. Louis want to see safer streets, and they overall want to see people slow down on the roadways. Tonight here at the Forest Park Visitor Center, that's where people will get a firsthand look at this transportation mobility plan draft, and they'll be able to see what the city says is, again, the most dangerous area of the city when it comes to walking, biking, or driving, and what those solutions could be. So take a look here at your screen. Again, we know this meeting is happening tonight. It is a part of the Bike Network, and that will be happening today from 5 until 7 p.m. at the Forest Park Visitor and Education Center. And for the past 4 months, a citywide survey was conducted asking what the future of the transportation looks like here in the city of St. Louis. So we want to break down what people said in the survey and what you can expect from this plan. So thousands of people in our city took this survey. Key takeaways included half said they don't feel comfortable using their preferred form of transportation. With that, 81% said they drive, 45% said they walk, 21% bike, 17% use metro. And we know that 1 in 2 people said they have been in a traffic crash in our city, but they also say more needs to be done to tackle reckless driving, poor sidewalk and street conditions, and lack of safety. Connected bike lanes are also an issue, and there's an overwhelming support for people slowing things down on the roadway. About 90% of people said they'd support reducing driving speeds if that meant cutting down on reckless driving. So tonight, again, we should hear results from that survey. We should hear about what this transportation plan draft looks like in terms of what they've heard from people in that survey and what the solutions could look like moving forward for our city.
Thank you so much, Diamond. What do you think about solutions? A lot of accidents, complaints, and too fast of drivers. Being in the traffic department here, I know we're always talking about it as well. Are you hearing anything about the solutions?
Yeah, Paul, it's hard to kind of tell what the solutions would be because they're going to talk about that tonight here at the meeting that's happening. But in terms of long and short-term solutions that they've kind of hinted at in this survey, they want to really address those major roadways. So those problem areas that are have been cited as dangerous areas, not only to drivers, but of course, people walking and taking those bike lanes. And of course, it's expanded bike lanes and really accessibility to sidewalks when we think about wheelchair-bound people in terms of ways getting around our city. So we'll have to stay tuned for tonight's meeting.
Oh yeah, and that makes so much sense because if you don't have sidewalks in a community, how do you expect people to walk, you know?
Yeah. They weave out and they get the dogs in the street.
Diamond, and maybe you said this and I missed it, but did you say, I know this has been going on for what, a year, like trying to collect community impact statements and from folks. Do we have any idea how many people are really responding to, some of these surveys?
Yeah, Michelle, well, the numbers really are pretty sad here when it came to that survey. We know that there are hundreds of thousands of people that live in the city of St. Louis, but really there was only about 1,200 people or just over 1,200 people that actually participated in this survey. So we need more people to come out to this meeting because not only will you be hearing about what the city's plan is in this first kind of draft when it comes to transportation, but it's also a way for you to express your thoughts and your concerns when it comes to this draft. If you would like to see something different if you hadn't gotten a chance to take this survey. The survey is now closed, but you can still, of course, come out to tonight's meeting, and there are 2 more options for this Wednesday and this Saturday for open houses.
All right, so much at stake, and with 1,200 people, we got to get more people out there.
Come on.
All right, thanks so much, Diamond. Really appreciate your reports this morning.